Good morning, George. George, Phat Ninja Foodforest. Ducks are helping me out here. As normal, Big Sis, the brown one. The Khaki Campbell begged to come in, so I checked the compost. Looks like we're a little over 100. I just turned it a few days ago, so I took the outside and put it on the inside. Try to kill any of those weed seeds and pathogens. Now I'll let that set and I'll build on top of it. I won't get it next time. I'll probably use wood chips from the front yard, where I used a bunch of straw and leaves last time, getting that diversity in there, getting more of that fungal component in there. But I just thought, well, everyone was, by everyone I mean the handful. I tried to be positive, sorry. Do a little tour around. We'll go look above, but this is what I call the annual garden. We're in the fenced-in area here. This is short-term annuals up here in our zone 1, where we come down from the kitchen every day, drop off compost if we need to, let the chickens and the ducks out. The ducks come in here and go on slug patrol. Chickens work on the food forest surrounding. So as we're coming through here, it's everyday things that we're going to eat. So you can see the greens in the wintertime we have, the arugulas. Actually, cilantro's still making it, and beets and radishes, stuff like that. The beets are done. Walking onions. But during the summer, anything that we eat daily, cucumbers, tomatoes, stuff like that. Down below, we grow the storage crops. Let's just wander. You see stuff like catnip all over, and gooseberries and cherries and apples and everything mixed in here as well. Lots of perennials, blueberries and jujubes, jostaberries, gooseberries. But this is where we grow our long-term storage crops. You can see we still have some rutabagas and carrots, and looks like this cabbage is about done on these last few freeze. We're at the bottom of the fenced-in area here. Outside of that's the food forest. That's where we grow the fruits, nuts, berries, ground covers, and guilds. A little bit of that in here. I talk about everything's grafted, so there's multiple varieties on all these fruit trees. It's all working within 7 layers. These are swales along here. So right here, if we dig into this, we can dig right down in real deep. And that was wood chips. Turns into soil. We top dress our beds with that. Chickens and ducks are allowed in here. So they fertilize when they're in here, feeding themselves on these wood chips and these swales, because it calls on the insects. Being wet calls on the fungus to help break that down, being the teeth of the forest. That calls on the insects to feed on the decaying wood. That calls on the chickens and ducks to feed themselves. Just like these guys in the compost over here. It's not just a hot compost, there's lots of worms in there. We'll go look from above real quick. So what else? Doing the tour, we'll go out front and look at the mushrooms. I got some mushrooms I forgot to harvest. Some blue oysters. Maybe some shiitakes. Here, see a layout about to run like a triangle city lot, half acre. The old hot tubs become a propagation pond. So duckweed and parrot feather, stuff like that grows in there, and we distribute to the other ponds. Hardy kiwi climbing up this. Grapes over here. I won't name all the trees, but varieties of apples, pears, Asian pears, figs, mulberries. We'll pause here and go out front. You coming? So here we have what we call the Free Guild. We'll look at that in a minute. This is the first swale. That's the A-frame we built them with. So there's a series of 20 of these swales, and then some that connect to ponds in between. Over here's Mushroom Village. Lots of varieties of mushrooms. And lots of species of mushrooms, lots of varieties within those species. So we get different fruiting times on things. Ground mushrooms like this Stropharia, lion's mane, chicken of the woods, oyster, shiitakes. Little shiitake harvest going on right now, or flush going on now. So that cold stopped it. These blue oysters, I forgot to harvest these. I think they're still good. totem style over here. And something attacked these. These are old totems. We've been doing it for years. See that shiitake growing out of that one? Something's feeding on that. Must be insects on it. Get over here. Come on, Angel. That's what we call the free guild. So I'm bringing classes through explain that it costs a lot for that backyard if you go plant by plant what it would cost. Because we learn to propagate. That's propagation station, that greenhouse there. There's hardwood, softwood, semi-hardwood cuttings. So by learning how they propagate, what season's best for each plant, we can create a free garden. So this is the free guild out front. It was cuttings from the backyard, stuff we bartered and traded for, or things that we sold, and used a little bit of that money for just a few in the front. Come on, Angel, let's go. We caught you pooping. Here's the other workhorses here. Tick, 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 tick. What's going on, huh? Where's everybody else? I see Patty. Oh, there they are. And jealous Peanut. Hi, Peanut. So Angel's standing in this front swale. This one has a slope. Every other swale is flat, catching the water. But this one here wants to get away from the house so our basement doesn't flood. Comes down into the first pond here. These are tiny little catch ponds. There's 3 of them in a row. Another big swale and more ponds. Then a lined pond for the ducks over here. That is a bunch of mourning doves. There's a built-in drain that goes into the pond below it, into the food forest, with a T-valve on that. A whole bunch of them. They're over there every morning. So here, all these gooseberries and josta berries and blueberries and raspberries and bush cherries and gummy berries and hazelnuts and pears and apples and raspberries and summer bearing raspberries and yellow raspberries and black raspberries. What am I forgetting about here? Autumn olives. All these have been propagated. Taking cuttings, I'm just putting them in here. You can see we got some overwintering now from last fall. And then we'll fill this up this winter by taking these cuttings off these dormant plants. A lot of those understory plants do well that way. That was a pretty good tour, I think. I didn't turn the camera on, did I? Oh. Hope you stayed with me. If you did, George, Phat Ninja Food Forest. Change can be better than holiday. Peace.